Have you ever met someone who looks calm on the outside, but inside is already chasing 10 ideas, 3 futures, 2 identities, and 1 question they cannot let go of? That is the energy I want you to understand today. If you carry strong Mrigashira energy in your chart, or if you have ever felt like your mind is always searching for the next clue, the next meaning, the next version of yourself, then this is for you. I want you to see something clearly. You are not random. Your curiosity is not a flaw. Your restlessness is not always a weakness. Your shifting interests are not proof that you are broken. Very often they are signs that your inner design is built for discovery. But discovery only becomes power when you understand what is driving it. Mrigashira is the seeker. It notices patterns, asks questions, reads between the lines, senses what is missing, and keeps moving until something makes sense. This is why people with strong Mrigashira placements feel mentally alive, hard to satisfy with shallow answers. You are not here just to consume life. You are here to track it, decode it, test it, and understand it. That is why this nakshatra links naturally with certain Enneagram and MBTI types. Let me start with the Enneagram. If Mrigashira had to wear 3 masks, they would be type 5, type 7, and type 4. Why type 5? Because type 5 wants to understand before it acts. It studies before it trusts. It watches before it speaks. It gathers knowledge because knowledge feels safe, useful, and powerful. If your Mrigashira energy turns inward, you become the observer, the researcher, the one who wants depth, clarity, and private mastery. Why type 7? Because Mrigashira is also hungry for movement, novelty, and possibility. It does not only want answers, it wants options, it wants experience, it wants stimulation. It wants to feel that life is expanding. When this energy becomes fast, expressive, social, and future-driven, it starts looking like type 7. And why type 4? Because beneath all the mental movement, there is often a subtler search. A search for identity, a search for meaning, a search for what feels uniquely true for you. This is where Mrigashira can become poetic, introspective, emotionally nuanced, and quietly different. Now let us connect this to MBTI. INTP fits Mrigashira because this nakshatra loves patterns, concepts, and mental freedom. If you are an INTP type with strong Mrigashira energy, you probably do not like being forced into conclusions too early. You want to understand the system, test the logic, explore the hidden structure, and keep refining your model of reality. ENTP fits because Mrigashira also loves verbal movement, experimentation, debate, and new angles. If this is you, people may experience you as witty, sharp, fast, inventive, and impossible to box in. You connect dots quickly. You challenge assumptions. You enjoy mental sparring. INFP fits because not all search is loud. Sometimes the deepest search is inward. If your Mrigashira energy carries emotional depth, idealism, and a need for authentic self-expression, then the INFP pattern makes sense. You may care less about surface popularity and more about emotional truth and inner alignment. So what is the core lesson here? Mrigashira is not just curious. It is searching for completion. But here is the catch. The search can make you brilliant, or it can make you scattered. When your curiosity has direction, you become insightful, articulate, adaptive, creative, and ahead of your time. When your curiosity has no discipline, you become distracted, inconsistent, mentally tired, and full of unfinished identities. That is why some people with this energy become writers, teachers, journalists, researchers, media professionals, psychologists, analysts, coaches, and storytellers. They learn how to turn searching into skill. And that is also why some people struggle. They keep changing tracks. They fall in love with beginnings. They chase interesting things but resist boring repetition. They know a lot, but they do not always build depth. They keep moving, but sometimes they are running from stillness. You need to hear this carefully. Your gift is not merely curiosity. Your gift is intelligent pursuit. Your power is not in liking many things. Your power is in discovering which one deserves your depth. Now let me make this practical through placements. If your ascendant falls in Mrigashira, people experience you as youthful, alert, curious, mentally active, adaptable, and hard to fully define. Your life path may revolve around learning, exploration, communication, travel, and reinventing yourself through knowledge. If your moon is in Mrigashira, your emotional body does not rest easily. You need mental stimulation, meaningful conversation, and environments that help your mind breathe. But if you do not ground yourself, anxiety, overthinking, and emotional inconsistency can drain you. If Mercury is placed here, the match is powerful. This can give sharp language, adaptability, quick learning, writing skill, social intelligence, and strong pattern recognition. But it can also make you mentally overextended. If Mars is here, your action style becomes exploratory. You pursue what interests you. You debate, investigate, push forward, and take initiative through ideas, speech, or movement. But it can also create scattered effort or argumentative speech. If Venus is here, love needs freshness, communication, chemistry, and mental attraction. You may be drawn to intelligent, unusual, expressive people. You want a relationship that feels alive. But if your heart is always chasing stimulation, stability can start to feel like boredom. If Rahu is here, the hunger multiplies. You may become obsessed with information, visibility, social influence, unique knowledge, or being seen as mentally special. This can create originality when focused well. It can also create obsession and rabbit holes. If Ketu is here, the search turns inward. You may come into life already carrying subtle intelligence, detachment, and instinctive pattern recognition, but you may also drift, detach too much, or struggle to stay invested in ordinary worldly goals. Now, let me show you how house placement changes the story. In the first house, you search through identity. In the second, through voice, values, and income. In the third, through communication and skill building. In the fourth, through emotional security and inner peace. In the fifth, through creativity, romance, and self-expression. In the sixth, through problem solving, healing, and systems. In the seventh, through relationships and mirrors. In the eighth, through psychology, intimacy, and hidden truths. In the ninth, through philosophy, higher learning, and travel. In the 10th, through career, public impact, and reputation. In the 11th, through networks and future goals. In the 12th, through spirituality, solitude, dreams, and inner release. Moon in Mrigashira in the 4th house can create a person who is inwardly searching for emotional safety and peace. Mercury in Mrigashira in the 10th house can produce someone whose career thrives through writing, speaking, teaching, consulting, or media. Venus in Mrigashira in the 7th house may seek a partner who brings wit, curiosity, conversation, and freshness. Rahu in Mrigashira in the 11th house can chase networks, audience growth, and influence. Ketu in Mrigashira in the 12th house can produce a deeply introspective person drawn toward meditation, symbolism, hidden knowledge, and silence. Now here is the truth youth, Gen Z, and teens especially need to hear. In a world that constantly pulls your attention in 100 directions, Mrigashira energy can look normal. Hyper curiosity, endless scrolling, 10 interest, constant reinvention, low patience, fast mental shifts. But normal is not the same as healthy. Your mind was not built to become a machine for distraction. It was built to become a tool for discernment. That means your growth path is not to kill your curiosity. It is to train it. Learn to stay. Learn to finish. Learn to go deeper than your first fascination. Learn the difference between exploration and escape. Learn when your mind is discovering and when it is simply avoiding discomfort. Because once you master that, this nakshatra becomes incredible. You become the bridge between information and insight. You become the one who helps people understand themselves. You stop sampling life aimlessly and start reading it with precision. And that is where MBTI, Enneagram, and Nakshatra work beautifully together. One shows how you think. One shows why you cope the way you do. One shows the deeper energetic style through which your consciousness moves. When you bring them together, you stop reducing yourself to labels and start seeing your pattern clearly. So if you see yourself in the investigator, the enthusiast, the individualist, the logician, the debater, or the mediator, do not stop at the label. Ask the deeper question: what exactly is my mind searching for? Stimulation, safety, identity, meaning, mastery, recognition, freedom. That question can change your life, because the moment you understand what your inner search is really about, you stop wandering blindly. You start choosing consciously. And if this description hit you hard, if you felt seen, if you realized your personality is deeper than what surface systems usually tell you, then this is the work I do. Reach out to me for a personality reading, where I help you decode your nakshatra pattern, your psychological style, your strengths, your blind spots, your relationship tendencies, and your direction. You do not need random advice. You need accurate self-understanding. When you understand your design, you move differently. And when you move differently, your whole life starts changing.